Alright, here we have a CLX gaming desktop. Features an AMD Ryzen 7 core, 16 gigabytes of RAM, a 1 terabyte SSD integrated, internal. I got this off of QVC for 5 monthly payments. This will replace the Dell 790, which will go in the garage, which is going to replace the power spec, which is a piece of crap. So the power spec will get tossed. So it can support up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, so I'll update that later. It's pre-built. Go over the specs later. It's air cooled. Some of these are water cooled, but this one's air. Let's get it out of the box and we'll take a look at it. Here's the actual box it comes in. Box in a box. Again, CLX Gaming, built in USA. Again, I got this off of QVC. So let's go ahead and open this and let's take a look at it. And here it is. Tempered glass door, which is hinged. There's just a little mesh screen here, acts as a filter. One USB 3 on the top, 2 USBs 2s, headphone, microphone, LED button, power, hard drive light in the back. Gets 2 connections for a Wi-Fi antenna, PS2 connector, 2 USB 2.0s, HDMI, 4 USB 3.0s, Ethernet, and again audio in, out, and microphone. One of the cooling fans. That's RGB. Let's see. Get the film off of here. In a minute. Let's see. Open this up. Open it and take a peek inside. Got 2 fans in the front here. Got the CPU fan. Power supply. It's got 8 gigabytes of RAM installed. We can take up to 64, so 2 32 gigabyte sticks. I know it's hard to see. But I'll reinstall the screws, plug it in, and see what this thing can do. The front is also tempered glass, and it draws in air from the gaps on the side here. So that's where it draws in the air and exhausts it out the back. So you got 4 fans. So let's go ahead and plug it in and get our first look at it. Here's a bag of goodies you get. Includes the power cord. Here are the antennas for the Wi-Fi. Remote for the LEDs. Hard drive caddy to expand the storage. Like I said, it's got a SSD. I forgot the initials. It's not just standard square. It looks like a memory chip. It's a 1 terabyte. I'll look it up. I'll post the link in the description if you bother to read. Got this cable here. Cloth for wiping down the fingerprints and stuff. Quick start guide. And the installation guide. So I'm going to go through this, read it, and then I'll plug this thing up and we'll go from there. It does have Windows 11 Home, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, it's plugged in. All cables are hooked up. Ethernet's plugged in. The antennas are installed. All switches are on. Let's See what happens. If I can get up. Now it's telling me Ethernet's not connected for whatever reason. Now it is. I won't bore you with this, so once I'm at the home screen or main screen, whatever you want to call it, desktop, we'll come back. Alright, here we are at the home screen. Time is correct, I think. Yeah, about 2 minutes off. So that's right. I already got Google Chrome on here. A lot of this stuff is from the other computer. It imported over. So resolution's correct. I upgraded from here. I got rid of the DVI switches and DVI splitter. Went to an HDMI switch instead. I took the graphics card out of this XP machine that Jay gave me. Video on that. I converted it back to VGA because I got some games that will not work with the aftermarket graphics card that I threw in there. So I took the graphics card out, put it back the way it was, and went VGA to HDMI so I could run it into the switch also. So that's back to factory. Wireless keyboard and mouse for that. And like I said, the Dell Optiplex 790, they'll go in the garage and replace the power spec, which was a piece of crap. And I got a HDMI splitter. That way once it splits the signal, so one signal goes up to the monitor and one goes onto the spare cable, which I have coiled up in case I decide I want to hook up a LCD projector and watch movies or something on the wall. So let's see. Click on Chrome. Max that out. I'm not going to leave a review yet. Let's see if I can log into YouTube. I gotta fix this. Control and scroll. That's one reason I need to replace this keyboard. If I hit this control, oh, now you're not going to do it. Last time I pressed this control, it fucking shut the window off on me. You hit control and scroll wheel to zoom in. So let me log into YouTube. Let me scroll this up so it's bigger. And switch it over to the dark and all that stuff, and we'll be back. Alright, we're into YouTube. Got to set the dark theme. Got Google Chrome set the Morpheus dark theme. I like dark. So that's that. So that's up and running. Need to install Filmora and other stuff on here. Let me deal with this crap. Alright, so Google's been updated, Filmora is installed. This is the info on this computer. It retails for $729 from CLX's website themselves. It was $900 something from QVC. And it's obviously QVC marked shit up, but you know, it was 5 payments. You know, tempered glass front, RGB fan. AMD Ryzen 7 5700G 3.8 GHz Octa-Core, 16 threads, turbo. It's 380 GHz base, but you can overclock it up to 460 GHz. ASRock A520M HDV Micro ATX motherboard. You got one PCIe Express, one PCIe X16 and one PCIe X1 slots. It's got an AMD Radeon Vega 8 that's integrated, as built into the motherboard. I upgrade to an MDI 4080 or 4060, whatever it is, later. Two 8GB DDR4 3200 RAM installed. So the motherboard goes up to 64 GB, so and it only has 2 slots. So it would be two 32 GB memory that I would put in. 600 watt RGB ultra silent power supply. That's the solid state drive designed for gaming. 1 terabyte. Onboard sound. And Windows 11 Home. Those are the specs on it. So that's that. So we'll have to see how it handles. I don't do any hardcore gaming like, you know, Call of Duty, World of Warfare, things like that. I'm not into that type of stuff. If it can handle Minecraft, if it can handle Phasmophobia, if it can handle like Lethal Company, you know, Grand Theft Auto, things like that, I'm happy. And if it can handle editing in 4K, that'd be good too. Because that other computer. And then another thing I found out, that Dell Optiplex is supposed to have 16 gigabytes of RAM. It only had 6 gigabytes. It had a 4 gigabyte chip and a 2 gigabyte chip. I have since upgraded it to 16 gigabytes, but that's why it took like almost 2 days to edit a 4K video. So it was 3 hours long, that fire pit video. So that explains a lot there. But so far, so good. It's fast. So doesn't have a DVD drive, but I got an external one. And I got a Blu-ray player up there to watch movies with through here. So when I get around to gaming, then there'll be a video on that to see how it handles stuff. Until then, that's really it on this. So eventually I'll upgrade the graphics card, and I'll upgrade the memory too. Try to get the max out of it. But for now, I think that's going to wrap it up. Let's try out the remote control. I can change the color. So let's try. Yep, red, green, blue, white, rainbow. That's kind of cool. Fade. I don't like that. I like that. Change the different lights, fans. I control the intensity of the lights. I think you can control the fan speed, but I'd rather leave it on max. I have to see what all the buttons do, and I can even turn back and turn the lights off. Most of them. So pretty much what the remote does, controls the lights and stuff. So, like I said, tempered glass, screen, pulling lots of air. That's really it for now. No one else to say. When I do some more testing on it, I'll make another video.